Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum, my first secondary students. Welcome to the second semester of Durus Online. Today, as you can see, we're reaching for the final revision for Unit 5. So we're going to remember the most important things that are related to grammar, reading, and vocabulary in this unit. So today, as you can see, we have three main objectives to learn. For one, we're going to revise using prepositions and infinitives. Two, revise vocabulary related to health and vocabulary easily confused. And finally, give advice using should, shouldn't, have better, or have better not. So for the first one, we're going to remember that we got prepositions and infinitives, the prepositions that come like, afraid of, aware of, and so on. And some infinitives with the present, like to go or go, to play or play. And for the second part, we're going to revise some words and some vocabulary related to health and some words that are easily confused, like job, work, profession, career. And also for the vocabulary, because Unit 5 speaks about health, as you know. And finally, we're trying to give some advice using should and shouldn't. So if we get started with a little warm-up, people like some tongue twisters, and actually we have the same in Arabic. So let's try to say this, and I hope you practice this after me, and I hope don't, mix up with this. So these are some kind of, tongue twisters. Betty butter bought some butter, but she said that the butter's bitter if I put it in my batter. Try to say it again. Betty Butter bought some butter, but she said the butter is bitter if I put it in my batter. This is a little bit funny when you mix it. It's the same, almost the same. We got some, tongue twisters in Arabic or in every language. Try to practice it for some good pronunciation of the B and the P. So if we start about how you're feeling, since Unit 5 is about health. So, how are you feeling? This is a question you ask others when they're in a hospital or get out of the hospital. So I'm going to read for you the sentences and you do the crossword here. So 1, Charlie took the what? The prescription. Where do you put it? Of course, you choose the longest one because it's a long word, prescription. So Charlie took the prescription to the chemist in the morning. 2, can you tell me where Dr. Daniels is, please? 3, Peter cannot visit his cousin because his pets. 4, the doctor is seeing a what? At a moment, please wait in a waiting room. 5, I'm sorry, but I have to leave early today. I have an with the dentist. So the first one is prescription. We put it here on number 1 in a vertical way. And can you tell me where Dr. Daniel's surgery room is, please? And the surgery is horizontal. From 2, surgery. And number 3, Peter cannot visit his cousin because he's allergic to his pets. And 3, allergic is here. And 4, the doctor is seeing a patient at the moment, and patient goes here. 5, I'm sorry, but I have to leave early. I have an appointment with the dentist. And of course, it's the number 5. So that was also some kind of warm up about how you're feeling and some words that you need to learn their, spelling. You might get them in your exams. Also, now we need to complete with the correct proposition. Bill finally got over his cold. We don't say got in or on or at or by. So Bill finally got over his cold. Now he feels great. It means he recovered from his cold. 2, we have run out of painkillers and I have a terrible headache. 3 is a question. Can I talk to Mr. Salman, please? Of course, just hang on a minute. It means just wait a minute. 4, just lie down and relax. You will feel better. Dr. Saud is booked up for the whole week. It means he's busy. Sorry, for the whole week. Now, more about how you're feeling. Complete the dialogues with the full or bare infinitive of verbs in brackets. So you either say, one, Ted, I need to go, or I need go to the chemist. Of course, we say I need to go to the chemist to buy some pills. We don't say I need go or the chemist buy some. So I need to go to the chemist and or to buy some pills for my back. Stan, oh, when did you manage to visit Dr. Franklin? We don't say, oh, when did you visit? Oh, when did you manage to visit Dr. Franklin? This is, we call it the bare infinitive. Ted, I didn't have enough time to visit him. I have to look much to do these days. So Stan, but you cannot get pills without a prescription. You must call him. So here in the Stan with it, I guess you're right. So Stan, but you cannot get pills without a prescription. You must call him, and without to, because this is, full verb. So Lisa, also we complete with this for number 2. Lisa and Jane having a very delicious, conversation, or trying to get some way to do this very delicious cake to the right. So what are you trying make or to make? Of course, what are you trying to make? Jane, a chocolate cake. Lisa, really? Will you let me to help you or help you? Of course, will you let me help you? Sure, Jane said, sure. Do you know how to make a cake? Lisa, not really. Just tell me what to do. And Jane, could you bring me the sugar and the butter first? Lisa, right away. So we got this again for number 2. Lisa, what are you trying to make? Jane, a chocolate cake. Lisa, really? Will you let me help you without to? Jane, sure. Do you know how to make a cake? Lisa, not really. Just tell me what to do. Could you bring me the sugar and the butter first? Lisa, right away. Now we look at the pictures to the left. You got a man talking on his mobile phone and another guy in a shopping mall trying to get some liquid coffee. So we need to look at the pictures and answer the question. So for number 1, you see the man is talking on a phone and he said, I would like to make an appointment. It seems that he's calling someone's doctor. I would like to make an appointment. So why did he call the doctor's surgery? The answer, we need to answer the question, why did he call the doctor's surgery? He called the doctor's surgery to make an appointment because he said, I would like to make an appointment. That is very easy for you. If you take a look at this picture, the man is looking for some coffee. So he said, we need some coffee, or we need more coffee. Why is Jake going to the supermarket? Why? Because, and it's better, you can say Jake is going to the supermarket to buy some coffee, or because he wants to buy some coffee. Now, another one, you can see a doctor talking to one of his patients, and you can see Jake maybe or whatever, his name is having a terrible headache. So the doctor said here, excuse me, I would like to see Dr. Mahmoud. Why did he go to the hospital? Why? He went to the hospital to see Dr. Mahmoud. That is very, you can say, why did he go to the hospital? Because he wanted to see, or he wants to see Dr. Mahmoud. And I must go home and get some rest. Why is he going home? Why is he going home? He said, I must go home and get some rest. Of course, Jake is going home to get some rest because it seems that he got a terrible headache. Now, if we go to choose A or B, now you have 2 options. How are you feeling? Choose A or B. 1 is correct. What are your symptoms? If you got some kind of illness, like, God forbid, if you got a flu, what are the symptoms for the flu? You got a runny nose, you got sore throat, you got fever, you got too many things. These things, we call them symptoms. So if you see the following symptoms, it means you got a cold or the flu. You got a runny nose, some kind of high temperature, and sore throat. So you have the flu or the cold. So here, I have an allergy or I have a sore throat and a temperature. So what are the symptoms for this? They are B and B for the second one. So what are the symptoms? I have a sore throat and temperature. You cannot say I have an allergy. Two, I need to lie down for a while. Why? What's wrong? I feel very dizzy. You know, you cannot keep on standing up if you feel dizzy. You can't stand up. You need to relax and lay down. Now, more also about A or B. What do you what do you usually do when you have a cold? If you have a cold, what do you usually do? You drink lots of fluids or my bones hurt? Of course, it's A, you drink lots of fluids or you drink water, juice, anything that is a liquid. Four, is 8 o'clock convenient for you? So we have two options. Is 8 o'clock convenient for you? A, I can't examine you then, or you can say, let me check my schedule. Of course, you need to check your schedule to find if 8 o'clock is convenient for you. Now, circle the correct word. You have two answers, two possible answers, and one of these two possible words or two possible answers is correct, and it depends on the meaning. So we got 1 through 8. 1, I am in danger or I am in a hurry. So you can so can you please move out of my way? Of course, if you are in a hurry and somebody's trying to block you, so you say, I am in a hurry, so can you please move out of my way? 2, the ship sent out an SOS, which is a short and abbreviation of Save Our Souls, before it lit or it sank. Of course, before it sank, the ship sent an SOS before it sank. 3, Afnan put a little bell or Afnan put a little flag on her pet rabbit so she can hear it coming. Of course, you can put that on a rabbit, which is a bell, so it rings when you see the rabbit is coming. And number 4, this ship has a crew or has a government of 16 sailors. No government on a ship, it has a crew or a staff. 5, Alan's uncle turned him upside down, or Alan's uncle turned him out and all the money fell out of his pockets. Of course, he turned him upside down and boom, the money fell off his pockets. Number 6, the company has found a good development or the company has found a good location to build new offices. Of course, they found a new location or new place to build new offices. And number 7, what does the F in John F. Kennedy stand of, or what does the F in John F. Kennedy stand for, of course. And 8, finally, I can never be friends with Linda because we have nothing in fact, or we have nothing in common. Of course, we have nothing in common. It means we don't have mutual interest. So if we move on, also we got multiple choice questions here. Also, you got more verbs, and the verbs here, is it simple present, go or goes, or infinitive, to go, or with the ing form. So let's see which one is correct. So I'm gonna read for you first from 1 to 5, and you need to pick one of these answers. It could be A, B, or C. 1 is correct. So it was a cold winter's night, and Gavin was walking home through the forest. He didn't mind something, number 1, go or going through the forest alone. Suddenly he heard a noise. He turned to see or seeing what it was, but he saw nothing. He was frightened, but he kept 3, we can say he kept walking. Then he heard a strange sound and stopped. He did not want, number 4, looking slowly, and saw a big man in a big coat. Gavin was close enough to seeing the man's face, but he didn't recognize him. The man came nearer, and the next thing Gavin knew, he was lying on the ground with a terrible headache. So for number 1, it was a cold winter's night, and Gavin was walking home through the forest. He didn't mind going through. He didn't mind going through the forest alone. Suddenly he heard a noise. He turned to see or seeing or see, he turned to see. Okay, so he turned to see what it was, but he saw nothing. He was frightened, but he kept walking. Okay, he kept walking. Then he heard the strange sound and stopped. He didn't want to look. He didn't want to look. Number 4 is B. He didn't want to look, but he knew he had to. He turned around slowly and saw a big man in a big coat. Gavin was close enough to see the man's face, but he didn't recognize him. Now it's the same exercise about the story which happened in a forest, and you can see the photo of a forest here. So I'm gonna read for you now from 6 to 10, and you gotta pick one answer to the right. He tried and run, so he tried to get up, getting up and run, but he couldn't move to move or moving. His head hurt too much. Then he remembered his mobile. He called the police and they arrived 10 minutes later. Without wasting any time, they looked for the man and finally caught him. He was a well-known bank robber. As for Gavin, he learned his lesson that night. Let's go for 9. Walking through the forest at night can be being dangerous. So he tried to get up. So that is 6. We choose B. It's neither A nor C. It's B. He tried to get up and run, but he couldn't move or moving. He couldn't move. That's for 7. Then he remembered his mobile. He called the police and they arrived 10 minutes later without wasting any time. They looked for the man and finally caught him. He was a well-known bank robber. As for Gavin, he learned his lesson that night. 9. Walking through the forest at night can be dangerous. So to get up and move, wasting, walking, and be. Finally, we need to complete the dialogue with the words in a box. So we got breath, speaking, beats, focus, advice, stress, suggest, and deal. So we got Victor and Oliver talking. So Oliver, are you ready for your presentation? Oliver, I never feel ready for a presentation. My heart beats really fast. It beats really fast. And come on, aren't you used to public speaking? You've given so many presentations. Oliver, I know, but it always feels like it is the first time. Victor, you have to find ways to reduce your what? Stress? Oliver, do you have any good advice? Victor, well, just take a deep breath and do it. Focus on your topic and don't think about anything else. Oliver, that's what I try to do, but it isn't that easy. Maybe somebody else should do it. Victor, of course, we got 2. I suggest you try to deal with your stress. I'm sure you will manage. So that is the end of this lesson. So what we've learned today, we just tried to give some advice in different words. We revise using prepositions and some infinitives. And we got too many, revised vocabulary related to health and other vocabulary. Easily confused. This is all taken from Traveler 2, student book and workbook and teacher's guide and some Google Clip Arts. And finally, for more information and lessons, you can visit our website at ain.edu.sa. You can follow us on Twitter at ain_edu, and you can call us on this number for any inquiry or help. That was all for today. Thank you for this quick revision, and I wish you the best of luck for your exams. Please prepare very well. Until then, thank you for watching this, and assalamu alaikum.